right, guys. Hey, this is Frederick, and I'm the publisher of Saturday AM, the world's most diverse shonen manga anthology, and this is completely new. We are doing a roundtable in a brand new format. It's been a while since you guys have seen this, and so I'm really happy and honored that we get to do this with, of course, our core group of amazing creators and owners in the company who just helped kick off this entire revolution for more diverse manga and anime content. I'm talking, of course, of my fellow creators, my fellow family, my fellow owners in the company. Raymond Brown, creator of Bully Eater. Say hello, Raymond.
How's it going, everybody?
Great. And then Whyt Manga himself, creator of Apple Black.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining us.
All right, guys. Now, you may be asking, where is Andrea DONEY, the creator of Saigami, who's the fourth member of our Ragtag core team? She's not able to join us tonight, but we do have a really special guest, and you'll meet him a little bit later. First off, let's go ahead and get started with basically what is this roundtable and what are some things you can expect from this new roundtable? First of all, this roundtable is our ability and our attempt to bring together our creativity in different ways. We basically talk about all the things that impact our little group as we create this diverse manga revolution. We're going to be talking about various things that relate to what we go through in creating this content. We're going to tell you about new things that are happening with the magazine and with our brand. And if we have any personal news to share, we'll be doing that as well. Likewise, we'll be getting into some interviews and some profiles of various creators and staff members who help us take this revolution to the next level. And so this is meant to be a show about Saturday AM, Saturday PM, and all things related to My Footprint Entertainment, which is our parent company that oversees all of this. And so with that being said, you can expect us tonight to talk about a couple of interesting things. Now, what can you not expect? You cannot expect for this to go smoothly. If you have ever seen in our previous videos, you know that already we look 1,000 times better than we have in the past. This took a lot of effort, and I thank personally Raymond Brown and Whyt Manga for helping to get this whole thing started. Raymond has been really instrumental and continue to develop it. And then Leo, a new staff intern from Mexico, has come in to be just an extraordinary figure in helping us put this together. We see tremendous opportunities for what we can do with Leo, and you're going to see some of that tonight. But there will be some audio mishaps as usual. There may be some stutters of video, and there may be some audio problems that occur from time to time with some of our guests. We ask that you just please, cut us a little bit of a break. It's really tough. We're not a big company, and we're using technology that we believe can help us. But of course, it doesn't cost us an arm and a leg. So if you do see significant things going wrong, please let us know. We will be happy to try and work on it for future episodes. And we certainly appreciate it if you give us a like in the show notes and give us a like for the video so that we know you do want to see more of this content. In other words, don't ding us for being spotty. All right, with that being said, let me start off just with a couple of things. First and foremost, let me go to my two compatriots, Raymond and Whyt, and ask them what have they experienced this summer? What have they enjoyed about the summer on a personal level and a professional level? Let me start first with Raymond, who has like 16 kids. So Raymond, I'm sure, is going to say that his enjoyment was watching his kids grow up. Raymond, how was your summer?
It's not 16 kids, it's 15. Thank you. But no, summer's been good. We just got back. Me and my wife just got back from celebrating our 12-year anniversary. So we went to Florida for a little bit, chilled out, hung out, went to Orlando Studios. We actually went to Marvel Land. I think they call it Marvel Land, but it's the Marvel section of Universal Studios where you get to see, like, they have like the Spider-Man ride and the Hulk ride and all that stuff. And I mean, be honest, it was pretty inspiring, man. Like the whole time I'm looking at it, like my imagination is turning Spider-Man into Asile from Bully Eater, and turning Iceman into Sano. So like I was looking through the whole thing, and it was just so cool just to see how like these properties, get like rides and like theme parks and all the stuff like that. You know, kind of thinking, you know, maybe Saturday Land one of these days. I don't know, Saturday World. So, but yeah, but summer's been good. Summer's been fun.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves, buddy. Okay. We got to try to make a good. We got to try to make a good roundtable video first and foremost. But I hear you. Talking about having roller coasters and stuff, we might kill people. Let's see if we can get audio.
Especially if it's bootleg as some of our stuff is, we might just have the most terrifying roller coaster in life.
Question.
You know,
without question. All right. Well, Mr. Whyt Manga, sir, how was your summer?
Summer was decent. Can't complain too much. Some fun here, some work there, doing some Apple Black stuff. Nothing out of the ordinary, actually. But I think one of the highlights would be, you know, kind of solidifying where the plans I kind of have moving forward with all my series within the company, and also kind of doing all the behind the scenes stuff that we can't go into too much detail on this video, working on to kind of make sure we're heading in the right direction. But apart from that, it wasn't that eventful. It was just pretty good. Can't complain too much. Obviously ups and downs, but thumbs up at the end of the day.
Well, you know, one of the things that Whyt did, I mean, so first of all, I have to say, what I love about Whyt, your answer was like, it's pretty decent. I kept thinking, I'm like, if he doesn't say more than that, I was like, that would be so typical. Whyt, like, it was decent, done. I was like, I'm glad that you contributed more to. You had a decent summer. Well, one of the things that Whyt did, aside from obviously continuing to develop the extremely popular, one of our megaton series, Apple Black, where Whyt's working on the 3rd volume. Likewise, Whyt also, we're going to talk about this with the Kickstarter, Whyt also was putting finishing touches on his revamped volume 1 that will be releasing for the Kickstarter folks. And retail, and then likewise, Whyt did a tremendous thing. I'm sure many of you who are fans of Saturday AM saw this extraordinary video he put together that really shined the light on what it takes to. It was called like Manga Empire. How to build a manga empire. What was it called again?
Oh yeah, it was I think building a manga empire is hard fun.
Yeah, and so if you guys haven't seen the video, I highly recommend you do. It was a really beautiful video, and it showed with amazing responses from a lot of the folks who assist us in this, and so it was really, I mean, for me personally, it was so nice to see all the things. I mean, Whyt pulled footage from shows that we had been to a couple of years ago. Whyt showcased a number of the people who help us with various things that we do, from editorial to design, and just having gotten to know a lot of these young people over the last few years, in some cases a few months, it was really nice to see that. And I think anyone who appreciates what Whyt does, who appreciates what we're doing Saturday AM should watch that video. It's really great, and it also really helped inspire folks to come to us, and for the first time, I think, and express their interest in helping us in non-creative capacities. Because I think again, one of the things that we take very seriously with Saturday AM is that we create this magazine, and we do it in a way where it has articles, and it has interactive elements. It has design that's really high-end design for the various comics and interviews and articles that we do. And so when you see all the effort that goes into the magazine, it's easy to ignore that and forget it. But we don't forget it. We don't ignore it. We think that it's key to what makes Saturday AM special. So I'm really happy he did that, and I'm really happy that so many of you watched the video and responded to it. We got some amazing people out of it. Folks who wanted to assist us in video production, like Leo, who's helping us with this video. So again, if you get a chance, check out the video. As Whyt said, it's called How to Create a Manga Empire. And it's on his YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/Whyt Manga TV. And Whyt, when we get Jack in here, which is one of our interns, I'm really looking forward to her telling you what your name is, because she has a new definition of your name. So, all right. So we're going to go ahead and tee up our first big segment of Roundtable, and that is going to be anime news. And so we're going to get ready and pull up anime news. So, Leo. So, folks, we're going to talk about some anime that's coming up. I'm sure you guys cannot wait to check out some of these anime and see some of these cool animes and stuff. We have a Summer that has some really interesting anime. We're going to talk about that, and we're going to get into, of course, some of the new anime that's slated to come soon. Let us start with a couple of things here. Let's chat first about anime from the summer. Did anyone see the Cannon Busters?
Yeah, I saw it.
Raymond, what did you think of Cannon Busters?
I mean, you know, on one hand, it was okay. Wasn't great. It wasn't, you know, it's kind of a standard anime, but it was hard for me to watch it because, you know, I was a fan of LaShawn for a while, and to see him kind of go from like doing a comic book to actually kind of hitting that quote unquote holy grail of having an anime or whatever, you know. So part of me watched it kind of like, from a different stand. Like I enjoyed it, but you know, it was one of those things. If it wasn't LaShawn, if I didn't know his story, I probably would have passed on it just because it just wasn't, you know, in my opinion, wasn't that good of an anime. The story's pretty basic. You know, it wasn't anything to write home about. It has some funny parts in there, but you know, it wasn't anything to write home about.
Okay, what about you, Whyt? What did you make of it?
So I've seen it. I'm currently seeing it. I haven't finished it, right? But from what I'm seeing, I kind of like the world that he's built, and you know, just like Ray, I've kind of been following LaShawn for years, and it's kind of like really cool to, you know, see him, like Ray puts it, hit the holy grail and having some success with Netflix. And I think there's actually more to come. I think he's working on some kind of a Yasuke cyberpunk samurai iteration of, you know, Yasuke the Black Samurai and things like that. But on Cannon Busters, I think it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty solid. I haven't finished it yet. I like what I see. It has a very Western feel to it, which I like, and I like the world that has been built. Right. So I haven't finished it yet, so I can't give like a full verdict. But so far, I like what I see.
So I have to be probably the odd man out because I swear I did not care about that show. I made it through 2 episodes and I struggled to get through 2 episodes, and it just did not capture me. I thought, first of all, the voices, I didn't care for the voice actors, and I think he made an attempt to get voice acting that was different than the normal voice actors, which is great, of course. But there's something about the voices that just caught me. It was like they were trying to do what they think of as anime voices, as predicated by the anime voices we hear from Americans. And he dubbed it in a different way from what I hear. He dubbed it from the Japanese. So the Japanese actually dubbed their version first, and then they dubbed the American version second. That's my understanding of it. I'm probably wrong, but that's at least what I read. But I didn't care for the voices. I thought the plot was, you know, fairly sophomore. The best review I read of it kept coming back into being that it sounds like the anime came across like what someone who watched anime in the 90s would create if they never saw anime after the 90s. So it had the outlaw star, it had the sort of Trigun. It just felt like, here's what I saw, here's what I really like, and this is what it is. There was nothing that felt like it was stretching the art form. And for a work that featured, you know, characters of color, it just didn't connect to me. You know, obviously, you guys know I care about diversity a great deal. It just didn't connect to me. So I found that very odd. I think in the world of Boondocks, you know, I'm not looking for something as extreme as Boondocks, but I am looking for something that feels more relevant as a person of color. And I just didn't think Cannon Busters, which sold itself as being this show with people of color, didn't capture me at all in that regard. Nor did CAROLE TUESDAY, by the way. I didn't think CAROLE TUESDAY did a good job, but I just felt like more anime, where the characters kind of operate in this very hyper, fantastical sort of way. That none of their actions really seem normal, I guess. That's just me. I don't know.
I mean, I mean, with Cannon Busters, you know, I don't know what it is, but I see shows. I noticed that shows that that do the seem like they do the dubbing afterwards, like what's the Avatar? Like they'll do the recording, and then they'll kind of match it up or whatever. Versus where I know with people with Japanese anime, a lot of times, you know, the voice actors kind of have to go off those mouth flaps. So there's certain things they have to say and say it a certain way to, you know, catch up with those mouth flaps. And, you know, it comes off kind of weird and, you know, kind of, you know, not the way, you know, you would see it on like normal TV, I guess, is what I noticed sometimes. And Cannon Buster definitely fell into that where they were just talking in ways that it wasn't, you know, it seemed like you said, it seemed like an anime. Like they didn't have like real dialogue sometimes. They had like weird anime dialogue.
Agreed. I totally agree. I mean, again, I am happy for LaShawn Thomas. I'm happy for what this signifies if he's able to continue to pull this off. So in no way am I trying to knock, you know, his accomplishments. I've said before that, you know, I think what he's trying to do, I can really respect and admire. But on the flip side, again, there's just something about just the way this comes across. It just doesn't capture me. It doesn't feel as strong as I'd like. So, you know, it is what it is.
Now, I will say some of the gags were good. Like some of the gags were like they were like Boondocks like level gags. They were some good gags.
I didn't see that. I definitely didn't see that. I didn't see anything that felt like Boondocks level, you know, like cultural, you know, wink and nods. Yeah, if I had seen that, I'd been like, okay. But I didn't see that.
The one I'm thinking of, not to spoil it or anything, I won't spoil it, but like the one I'm thinking of comes later where they teach I can't remember the names. Philly teaches the robot girl, teaches her how to like basically like he talks about how friends like roast each other. You know, like they're kind of, you know, if you're friends with somebody, you're supposed to like make fun of them. So he went through this whole thing of teaching her how to roast people. It was pretty cool. So like it was like little moments like that kind of kept me in it. It was pretty neat.
Well, I guess, you know, one of the things that just stood out to me, and same thing with CAROLE TUESDAY. One of the things that just stood out to me, and this is something that, you know, because a lot of stuff happening right now in the diversity community. You know, that show that I love on YouTube, Raymond, the one where the brother lives in Japan and he interviews black people, right? So I don't know if you see the one he had today.
I didn't see it.
It's that black anime studio, the one who does all these like little.
The one that begins.
They do like. Yeah, they do like a little thing of anime, and then like they're like, oh hey, we're making an anime. I've yet to see these things become anime, but you know, but they are there. You know, he does finally I do finally get to see this person talk. So it was interesting, and I was really excited to see that. But you know, he did a thing a couple of days ago where we talked about this Japanese comedy duo, and they made fun of Naomi Osaka, who of course is the half black, half Japanese tennis star. You know, she beat Serena Williams in the U.S. Open final a year ago, and you know, this is nothing new. Of course, you know, we've talked about some of the problems with anime and manga. It's one of the reasons Saturday AM and Saturday PM exist. The lack of diversity, but it is, you know, but I think like that to me, like, is just one of those things. The voice acting, and just that's becoming an issue to me as well. So, for example, you know, I look at some of the anime voice acting, and I always say to myself, like, why does this character sound like this? Like, why does this character not sound black? And I know there's a euphemism for that because I don't necessarily sound black. You know, Whyt doesn't sound African. Whyt sounds like he's, you know, American. Like his accent is so suppressed. You sound 100% black, and
that's right.
But you get my point though, like, because I see it and I always think to myself, like, part of the reason why diversity is such a weird thing when it comes to anime is because the voice actors are always white. We interviewed Bennett the Sage for our Saturday PM podcast several weeks ago, and he and I got to talk about stuff. I was watching some old anime that he had reviewed, and there was one anime I was watching, and like literally, like one of the voice actors, he played like 8 parts in this little animated project, and it's a white guy, of course. If the whole team was white, and some of the characters were black, and I think that again, this is where you see it, you're like, okay, so time out. So like, I know Japanese people who don't sound like white people. I know Japanese people who some sound closer to Latino or black or this, that, and the other. I mean, look at Aquafina. And so you see it and you're like, so then why, like, because I think what happens, we create this sort of thing where the voices become part of the proxy of what it means to be anime. And so they have to sound a certain way. And my whole thing, that's one thing I left out was so brilliant about Boondocks, is that they get black actors in there on purpose. And sometimes they would voice characters who weren't black. Like there was that one character that Eddie Murphy's brother voiced, who was like a white guy trying to be black, but he voiced them. And I guess like that just stands out to me. So again, like with Cannabis, I never saw anything that felt like it was trying to take a chance, trying to be different, trying to be truly diverse and updated. It just felt like it was a sort of standard thing. And that's just what bothered me. I didn't get a sense that it felt at all different. And perhaps that was the point, but I wanted something to feel different. I want to see anime that feels different. And I think that's kind of my issue with it. Okay, so then any anime you guys are looking forward to?
I'm actually looking forward to, I can't believe I'm gonna say this publicly, but I'm looking forward to an anime called Beastars. It's coming on Netflix.
Hell yes.
Man, I read that thing, man, a long time ago. That thing is great. Love that comic.
Beastar is the bomb. I'm with you 100%. Cannot wait for Beastar. In fact, Beastars touches on diversity and racism and all sorts of stuff. I could not agree with you more. I think people will be talking about Beastars next year. I think that is going to be the anime for it's coming out this year, but I think people going to be talking about this anime all early next year, all into the summer, because Beastars, the manga, is excellent.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, it touches on so many things. It's so clever how it does it. Oh my God, it's so clever, so clever.
What about you, Whyt? What are you looking forward to? I know you're looking forward to My Hero Academia.
Actually, you'll be so. I actually haven't seen I haven't finished the 3rd season of My Hero. I really haven't had enough time to kind of sit down and consume anime that much. Is one of the reasons why I haven't finished Cannon Busters. But another thing is, this series, I know they're going to go on for a while, so they can pile up while I work on other things, and then I can binge them later on. So right now, I'm kind of just looking forward to when I have time to consume the basics. Like Demon Slayer has been trending a lot. I haven't seen any of that. I haven't seen anything. I haven't even seen Black Clover, except for the first chapter of the manga years ago when it came out. Because the creator, I believe, was working on a different comic or different manga called Hungry Joker, and that got canceled. And then he's working on Black Clover. I believe that was the story. And when Black Clover came out back then, I remember just, and this is while I was finishing up Hungry Joker launched when I was working on Apple Black chapter 1. So it was a few years after Black Clover happened, I read the first chapter of that. So I'm kind of not up to date. So I'm looking forward to catching up or watching the at least anime versions of Black Clover, Demon Slayer, Promised Neverland. Some of the new mainstream stuff, Dr. Stone, and just seeing what all the fuss is about and going from there. And maybe Fire Force as well. I have no idea what Beastars is.
Beastars is amazing. Leo, pull up Beastars while I answer some of the stuff the Whyt was saying. You've got an image of Beastars. It's the wolf on the drive. The Beastars is amazing. It's basically Zootopia. If Zootopia were done. Again, this is where a manga and anime really can work. Is just of course the art style, just the nature of storytelling, but it's essentially that. Let me say this. My Hero Academia, I have, as I've said before, that I respect the hell out of My Hero Academia's success. I have not, frankly, been able to see exactly why it is as popular as it is. I get the superhero thing. The story to me just kind of moves in weird shifts. I find the Vigilantes manga, frankly, better than the anime. I'm sorry, Vigilantes manga. I find that better than the main manga. Vigilantes is like a spin-off manga. There's something about it that just makes it really, really great. I really, really enjoy it. But at the end of the day, it is, it's popular. It's killing it right now for the manga category. I mean, it literally is the Naruto, Dragon Ball of this current era generation. So you certainly can't beat it. But I must say that I've really been, I've not been taken by it, and so I didn't make it through the third season. I don't know if I'll catch up with the fourth season because there's not much that really caught me. Although I did see the whole sequence where All Might loses his, he gets defeated to a degree by the For All, and I did think that they handled that really well. I remember reading in the manga, and I thought the way they did it, animation was again really, really strong. And this is, you've got to hit the show; it does work. Okay, all right. So let us. I do want to give one quick shout out, Leo. If you can pull up Vinland Saga. Has anyone seen Vinland Saga?
Oh yeah, that's another thing on my to watch list.
Yeah, I watched. I tried to watch it a couple of days ago. I didn't make it through just because I had stuff going on, but it looked like it's a faithful what's the word? Adaptation of it. Yeah, it looks pretty faithful from the first episode, from what I saw, and it's not too heavy on the CG either. You can tell it's there, but it's not super heavy like that Berserk one back in the day, where it was like all CG.
What? So. I'm sorry. I'm glad you went there. Because that was kind of one of the point I wanted to get to when we talked about anime we were looking forward to. So first of all, I thought Vinland Saga was fantastic. Studio Whyt, I think they are kind of an up and comer in the anime game. They're really well, to me, a really well produced company. They make some fantastic anime, and I'm a huge lover of Vinland Saga. It's one of the few anime manga that I continue to read. I pay for every new volume that comes out when it does. I'm a huge fan of Vinland Saga. It's just excellent. To me, it's diversity in manga, even though manga doesn't seem to shy away from having lots of white characters. This is about America, the Scandinavians of the Viking era, and the creator, who's a previous manga of Planetes. That manga, he does an excellent job here studying it and really getting it out there. So it's really, really good stuff. That said, I love adaptation. I thought they did a good job. They do take some liberties with some of the sequencing. Ships. I mean, none of that was in the manga exactly. So they took that and really ran with it. I thought it was really awesome how they did it. But the 3D, you're right. And so, the 3D is funny. So we've got a lot of 3D anime. I'm curious your thoughts on why and we know why, but what do you think of it? So, you could go to obviously Berserk, that came out a couple of years ago. There's a TV show. Before that was the movies, which you can see on Netflix now, which recaps the Golden Age saga. You then had forget that there's a new series on Netflix called Kengan Ashura. This one is 3D animated. A lot of their anime has been 3D animated. The Godzilla one was 3D animated. Ajin was 3D animated. They got better at it. I thought the Kengan Ashura was really well done. Beastars is going to be 3D animated. What do you guys make of 3D animation in anime? Because it does seem to be here to stay. Like, it doesn't seem to be away. Oh, Studio Trigger's Premiere, by the way, has a lot of that too. So what did you make of that?
Like, in my opinion, I think it looks better when you just go ahead and commit. Like for example, what was I can't pronounce it. Ashura, the fighting one. What's it called? Ashura. Sorry, the one you just mentioned.
Kengan, Kengan Ashura. I think it's called Kengan Ashura, I believe.
Yeah, that one. So like that one is, I would say, from what I saw, most of it. I think I got like 1 or 2 more episodes left, but like most of it is done in CG, and then there's only a few parts, like when they're just talking or sitting in the office and not really doing anything, where it's actually animated. So I think it works well if you just commit to it. If you just commit to, you know, if you're going to do 3D, you know, just do 3D. And then there's certain parts that like you're talking about with the new Studio Trigger anime, you know, I think what they do is they take the robots and make those CG. So, you know, when it's a robot, I guess you can kind of, you know, for me, I can kind of, you know, excuse it because it's a robot, but there's just certain things, you know, like I said, if you're going to go, you know, 3D, just commit to it and just make it, you know, make most of it 3D. Where I lose it is where you try to do both in the same sequence. Like a good example is Baki. So Baki, if you watch Baki, most of that is animated, but when they start fighting, it literally is like a cutscene from a video game where it just goes straight CG and it looks completely off character, everything. It just looks completely like it was a video game cutscene.
What about you, Whyt? Any thoughts on that?
Generally, from the ones I've seen, doesn't really bother me as much. Like I saw, for instance, Ajin, and you know, after a while, I just got used to it. You know, I felt like there is a certain charm to the animation, especially with this kind of media. But in general, I mean, sometimes it's done right, sometimes it just looks weird, or it just makes it look clearly cheap or something. You know, if it's done in some kind of weird way. But I think for the ones that I've seen, that I've actually watched through, it's, you know, it doesn't bother me as much. Anybody seen Ajin? I like Ajin.
I try to look. So to me, like the anime has gotten, again, if you guys see King and Asura, check that out, because I think that is probably the best iteration of 3D that I've seen, because they do some cell shading, they do some techniques with it. Plus, they really exaggerate the characters. Some benefit to the animation, you can make things more round. You know, when it's 3D, right? You know, everything feels kind of blocky. Even when they smooth it over really nicely with mesh anime, you know, mesh and you know, various the way that they can shade the layers, you know, if you what they call it, but yeah, I mean, there's something about when you see King and Ashura, to me, it looks really good. Because when you look at Ajin and Godzilla, for example, Godzilla was, you know, big budgeted. But when you look at it, like it's like they've got the colors really warped down on it. The characters definitely move a little stiff. The colors really pushed down with the color palette. It's just odd. I don't know what it is with it, but it seems a little off to me. It doesn't have quite the same bumpiness that. And I haven't seen the manga for Ajin, so maybe it looks just like the manga. But this King and Ashura definitely does. And there's another 3D anime that I really enjoy too called Inuyashiki. You ever see that on Amazon?
Say the name once more.
Inuyashiki. Amazon Prime.
I probably, if I saw the.
Sounds like an African dance move.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we will go to Saturday PM. Cue Saturday PM, Leo. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's some high-class special effects right there. Folks, we're going to be talking about Saturday PM now, which is our diverse seinen manga anthology. We launched this roughly 2.5 years after we launched Saturday AM. We're going to talk about that in a moment. But Saturday PM, we are extremely proud of Saturday PM. It was meant to be a seinen manga anthology, just like Weekly Young Jump. And so in this case, you have content from creators from around the world, just like Saturday AM, except this content can be more adult. The stories can be more grounded. So we're super excited to have with us our very special guest for this first episode of our new roundtable, and that is the artist to help us kick off this new era of Saturday PM in his second year, and that is Mr. J.R. DeBar. Ladies and gentlemen, meet our artist, J.R. DeBar, creator of the Saturday PM series, Underground. Can you hear us, JR? JR, can you hear us, JR?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. There we go.
We can hear you. All right, there we go.
Okay.
I guess the headphones don't work. Okay.
All right. So, well, why don't you tell us, tell our fans at least, tell them about Underground, what makes this series so unique, and then we'll talk a little bit about the next issue of Saturday PM and what they can expect. But go ahead and tell us a little bit about Saturday PM's series, your creation, Underground.
Right. So Underground, it's a sports title with a twist, I'd say. It takes place in the like underground fight clubs. I mean, so far it hasn't gotten to that point yet, but when the series really kicks into high gear, you'll start to see a lot of that grit. Some that you wouldn't really typically see in your normal sports manga. The main character for it is he's a biracial, half black, half Korean character who studies Taekwondo, and his experience fighting underground actually is what gets him and the ones that he cares about in trouble, and causes him to have to, fight in the more how do we say professional quote unquote professional leagues in New York's underground fighting scene.
So now you have based this on your own sort of knowledge of the sport, knowledge of this art form, because you yourself are a kickboxer, correct? Or no, or
I've studied
study. Sorry,
I've studied a few martial arts. I've gone back to boxing. I'm about to test for my second degree in Taekwondo. I've also done Muay Thai and a little bit of Aikido, Hapkido, and this sword martial art called Kumyedo.
I will first of all make some quick mental notes not to mess with you. I will certainly not make the jokes that I make with Peter.
Wait, and ninjutsu. Speaking of Peter, I did ninjutsu as well.
Damn.
It's not just shooting fireballs like in Naruto.
Okay.
Fred, he's actually behind you. I forgot to tell you that.
I really did just pee my pants. JR, so we met you. Tell everybody how we met you.
Right. So it was, I want to say a couple years back now. It was at Anime NYC. I remember stopping by.
It was the very first Anime NYC, to be fair.
Was it the first?
Yeah.
You're probably right. Yeah. I remember going and, I noticed you guys were doing portfolio reviews, and I was like, that's what I need to do. That was really my biggest reason for going to Anime NYC, was to meet everyone in person, and see what you guys thought of like my artwork and and my storytelling at the time, and yeah, from there, you and I have been talking, giving me tips on how to write better, and then from there, like, I was going to write a series for AM, and then completely changed my tune. And I know you had said Raymond had actually been looking at my stuff on Instagram,
right,
before I actually joined the group.
Yeah, so Raymond, as JR said, we met him at our first show that we've ever done in New York City, which was the very first year of Anime NYC. And it was myself and Whyt and Raymond and a host of people, frankly. We had a young man from Saturday PM. We had, I think, one or two other folks from Saturday AM. But it was really interesting. We met a lot of great people, but JR stood out. It was a really positive guy, which, of course, matters to us because, as I said in our podcast episode a couple episodes back, one of the things that was important for Saturday AM's success was that we build a culture where we had to build, you know, an environment where personalities could succeed. And not every personality does, of course, in our group. That's why you have to build a culture. You have to build something where people can be themselves and feel like they can really, you know, pull their own weight without feeling under pressure for not, you know, fitting in some capacity. And JR does. You know, he's just got this wonderful, humble and graceful sort of kind of essence to him. And then on top of that, he's just an extraordinary artist. And so when Raymond had been following him, he saw that JR had decided to go less fantasy, which is what he had initially, to something that was more sport oriented and more grounded. And I've been looking to publish something sport related for some time. And we saw the stuff for Underground, and he gave us the pitch. And we just thought, this is amazing. And I'm really proud of the fact that JR as well came into Saturday PM after a slow start with Saturday PM. We launched in April of 2018. And we had a difficult sort of road of trying to get the sort of talent that we wanted in the magazine. And also we had to figure out how to make the magazine work ourselves. But, you know, I think that first year we got 3 issues out. None of them came out on time. And finally, we decided to revamp a little bit. We released the 4th issue. JR was gracious enough to be a new creator with Saturday PM and designed a cover. And I remember telling people then that when I saw the cover for issue number 4 of Saturday PM, I knew immediately that we had begun to move away from the challenges that we had with the first year of Saturday PM. And we were now starting to create a magazine that could compete the way that Saturday PM competes. And he ushered that in with issue 4 with Underground. Then issue 5 came out 3 months later on schedule. And we debuted another creator, this time that Whyt Manga had been following, named Richard Milhouse, who did a sci-fi series for us called Outland. We also brought in another series called Kingdom of Assassins. And now this upcoming issue, and Leo, I don't know if you can pull up issue number 6, but this upcoming issue of Saturday PM is going to be our biggest and best issue of Saturday PM that we have ever done. Not only will it have Underground from J.R. DeBard, not only will it have Outland Chapter 2 from Richard Milhouse, Kingdom of Assassins from a few other folks, but this is actually going to have in it, we're going to actually have a brand new series, 2 brand new series actually, one from Saudi Arabia and another from the Philippines. And Leo, the cover for Saturday PM is actually in the folder. If you look for it, look for the cover for Saturday PM. It's codename Villain on the cover. But we're super excited. You guys are going to love this issue. We've got some great interviews and content in there as well. JR, tell us real quickly, what do you have planned for this 6th issue for Underground? What happens with the story?
Right. So if you're following along in issues 4 and 5, we see Kareem meet, go back to meet his brother Elijah, who is, you know, a master in Taekwondo at this point, and the future successor to their father, who's the grandmaster of their school. And Kareem, always, you know, being second to his brothers, come back with the experience that he's gained from fighting Underground and challenges him. So in issue 6, we really start to see that fight kick off, and I think the art really really comes in this issue. Like, you're really going to enjoy it. I really had fun drawing the fight scene for this, so definitely check out issue 6. Check out Underground in issue 6 and enjoy.
That was one hell of an advertisement from J.R. DeBard. The only thing that could have made that advertisement better is if JR said, you're gonna enjoy this issue, or I will kick your ass. That's how you say it, JR. That's how you do it.
Yeah, you don't want that to happen from me, I'd say.
Yeah, that's how you do it, JR. You got to threaten them. Whyt, Raymond, any thoughts about Saturday PM, the magazine, and any thoughts about issue number 6?
Yeah, I mean, it's coming together really nice, man. I mean, it's funny, man. It went from like kind of, I'm not gonna say zero, but like it just like once kind of underground and all that stuff came in and kind of shook things up a little bit. It just kind of went from like, it just went from like the floor to to the ceiling really quick, as far as just quality and art, everything. It just dialed it up a notch. I don't know if it was a thing where everybody was kind of like seeing a new kid on the block and start trying to compete with each other or whatever, but I noticed PM it definitely jumped up. It definitely leveled up once Underground came in for issue. I think it was issue 4, 3. Was it 4?
Yeah, it was 4.
4. Yeah,
It was 3. 4. Yeah, sir.
Yeah.
I love how you said. I kept thinking, I'm like, oh, Raymond. Everybody knows what issue it is, and then I screwed it up.
Yeah, look at you.
Yeah, Whyt. What about you, Whyt? Tell people when they can expect to see Bakassi again in issue number 4, issue of Saturday PM. Real quickly, folks. Saturday PM again is our seinen diverse manga anthology, similar to Weekly Young Jump and other titles like that in Japan. That said, we're on our 6th issue. It comes out every quarter. Whyt has a series exclusive to the platform called Bakassi. Whyt, tell them about Bakassi, the series, and tell them when they can expect to see the next issue.
So with where PM is right now, I'm really proud to see where it's at, and it's pretty exciting to see all the new titles, and they have the luxury of having more time because it's kind of like an issue per quarter. So they have more time to really fine tune things and put things together. And they also have the opportunity to also appear in more issues more often. So yes, the PM is quarterly, and I like where it's at. There are even other titles that we haven't even mentioned. And so, Outline's looking great, Kingdom of Assassins looking great, Underground obviously looking great, like really awesome work, by the way, to JR. Really love what I'm seeing, what I'm reading. And, I like how it's come together. Like Ray said, it was difficult in the beginning just because we were also putting together a Saturday AM, but it's great to see, how things are put together now, how the magazine is kind of shaping up right now. And obviously one of the titles that was trying to keep it alive was Bakassi. And, now that all these guys have come in, I can kind of like focus a little more on Apple Black. And for those who don't know, Bakassi, you can think of Bakassi as kind of like some kind of crossbreed where I'm trying to do something very, very Western. And I have some inspirations from the Boondocks. I have inspirations from Gintama. And it basically takes place in this world where there are things going wrong in different like demonic dimensions. And so they're migrating to Earth. And you have a lot of political stuff that comes with that, comedic stuff that comes with that, with practically immigrants or / aliens, whatever you want to call them, assimilating to the current climate and everything. And you have like different dynamic forms of xenophobia, racism, bigotry, and all of that. But at the same time, it's all kind of painted in satire. So I'm also trying to do something funny. And so Bakassi essentially is just the name of a gang that used to be very against this kind of immigration. And now you have a former member and literally the last member of the original trying to recreate or not necessarily rewrite history, but redeem the name of the gang and what they stood for by doing something completely new and fresh and being a lot more welcoming. The only thing now is that the Bakassi name has died down. All the previous members have been, killed off, and the story will go into more detail about all that. But basically the Bakassi name doesn't have as much weight as it used to, and it's just him, some kid, and with time, some other, you can say, demon, for lack of a better term. In my series, it's called they're called Equilims, and she's now like part of it, and they just kind of do a lot of weird stuff and shenanigans, and there's a lot of stuff going on with her and where she comes from and her family. And so overall, it's a fun series putting together. You guys can check out its installment. It's debut in Saturday PM issue number 2, and it continues in 3. It wouldn't return at least until late 2020, because I want to get to the point where I've remastered completely Apple Black Volume 1, 2, and finished Volume 3. In fact, finished Volume 3 and maybe a little bit through Volume 4 to complete the current arc in Apple Black, and then I will return to complete the story that's going on in Bakassi, at least for this full first chapter, because there's still like maybe 30-ish pages to go to at least complete this first chapter, and then we'll figure out stuff from there.
All right. And so, JR, real quickly, before we let you go, I want to ask you, as I asked the other guys earlier, what was your favorite anime this summer, and what anime are you looking forward to this fall?
I really like Demon Slayer, and I was really, I don't know what
a lot
to
of people did
next week. Yeah, yeah. I don't know what to do next week now. Now that it's it's done for the season.
Okay.
Coming in. You know what the weird thing is? I haven't checked what's coming, or what's coming up.
Well, so My Hero Academia was one we mentioned, season 4, and Beastars, which is a new sort of, I think it's going to be a hit underground type series, is coming. There are other titles, of course, but those are the 2 at least. I don't know if there's any others that people may know about, but which I'm sure there are, of course, there's more coming. But those are to me 2 are probably the bigger ones.
Oh, well, I'd definitely be more, definitely excited for more Hero Aka. I'm up to date in the manga, so I know what's happening, but just seeing it animated, I'm really excited for.
All right. Well, JR, we really appreciate it, man. And again, JR, I want to say that we are really excited that you're part of the Saturday PM crew. We got a lot of things planned, a lot of exciting things happening with Saturday PM in the near future. You fans, please stay on the lookout. If you haven't checked out Saturday PM, please make sure you go to the website, www.saturday-pm.com. You can subscribe from there. You can also purchase the individual issues from there. But it's a great magazine, great artists in there, including Jeffrey John Luis. So please check it out. JR, thanks again, man.
Yeah, check it out or I'll kick your ass.
Nice. Leo, you misspelled Saturday AM and Saturday PM, Leo.
Yeah, like Underground will get like perfect surveys every time because they're too afraid not to put anything. Nice.
All right. Well, Leo, let's bring our next guest out. But first, go ahead and show people. Let folks who don't know again what we do. Saturday AM versus Saturday PM. Let's run the video and give them a taste of what we actually do with our 2 upcoming issues. Which, by the way, both of those issues will end up happening on the this weekend. So check it out. That was awesome. That was Saturday news. Leo, can you run the video for the video link I sent you? If you can run that, that'd be awesome. people get a chance to check out real quick what's coming for issues Saturday AM and Saturday PM. Folks, if you haven't subscribed, you should. It's only $2.99 a month. And we're going to talk a little bit more at the end of today's show of what that subscription actually gets you, but it does get you at least 14 issues of the world's most diverse shonen manga anthology, which is Saturday AM. It also gets you at least 4 issues of Saturday PM, which is the world's most diverse seinen magazine. All right, so a little technical problems, not a big deal. We'll see if we can get it. We'll see if the video running. But the video like they were trying to run. All right.
It can be fun. And so I believe.
So, folks, you had a chance to check out the video, and we're really excited about it. It was so yeah, we had on YouTube a while back, but these issues of Saturday AM issue number 11 and Saturday PM issue number 6 will debut this weekend. In fact, we expect to get those issues out to you tomorrow if you are a subscriber. So if you want to subscribe, you can do so. It's simply $2.99 a month. You're going to get 14 issues at least of Saturday AM and at least 4 issues of Saturday PM. And folks, there's more stuff coming. We've got other things we'll be doing you'll be wanting to be a part of. So you want to subscribe and support independent, diverse manga content. We started this in 2013. A lot of folks are trying to do what we do. Help us maintain our leadership in this area as we continue to push the envelope for what can be manga. With that said, issue 111 of Saturday AM consists of a new series joining the ranks. It's called Boys Land. It's from 2 talented creators out of the Pacific Northwest, Jack and Devin, and we are really excited to have Jack here on our first episode back of our new roundtable. Jack, are you here?
Yeah, hey, how you guys doing? Can you hear me okay?
Can you hear us, Jack?
Yeah, what's going on, Jack?
Hey, nice to finally meet you guys. Talk to you.
Wow,
how y'all doing tonight?
Jack sounds like a radio DJ. Jack's got the sexiest
the
voice of all of us. Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Thanks, guys. That's good to hear, I guess.
Jack's like, Jack came in like, hey guys, I'm Jack.
How's it going, everybody?
Yeah. Yo, I'm about to tell you guys about some cool ass comics I'm working on. So I hope you can enjoy it.
Which called Boys Land. Let's get into
Called
it.
Boys Land. Right.
Jack, tell everybody about Boys Land. We'll talk about how it came to Saturday AM, but tell everybody about Boys Land first.
All right. So, Boys Land basically is a love letter to the kids with monster genre that you saw back in the early 90s. Think your Digimon, Pokemon, monster farm, monster ranch, or whatever you want to call it. It's in the same vein as that. We follow the story of a young boy named Marco, and he lives on this island all by himself, raised by his mom, and he lives with his brother, and they live inside a talking house. And this is a weird world. It's a world full of monsters already. He knows this, and he is just raring to go to live his life just like his mom, because his mom is also a famous hero, or so he thinks, in this vast world. And he has this big goal to go find this ancient artifact called the rainbow egg. If he gets this rainbow egg, it will grant you anything you wish. Imagine your wildest dreams, and that is like his big goal in life, is that he's gonna set off this island, he's gonna find friends, and he's gonna find this egg. And along the way, he's running into monsters, he's running into other humans. I mean, adventures abound. You can only imagine this. We pull out all the stops. If this world is it's a vehicle for whatever we wanted to see in those shows or manga or games we grew up with. We want to take all that and just funnel it into this story. So it's great. It's just high seas, big battles. I don't know, burning, shonen, passion, friendship, love, comedy. We're gonna have it all.
Except for boys loving boys in boys land. No, Jackie, one of our staff members, just posted something, and and sometimes people say things and they're so simple, and it just says volumes because of how simple it is. But when she said, it's like adventure and fantasy, that's exactly what appeals to me about Boys Land when I saw it. So I did catch the Monster Rancher part of it.
Yeah.
But there's something about it, though, I think, just with the kind of tropical. In fact, I'll tell you what it reminded me of. It reminded me, or it appealed to me at least, from the standpoint of Where the Wild Things Are, but as a manga.
Okay.
It felt tropical. And it felt so it wasn't like you said, you think of, and this movie just came out, of course, but you think of Detective Pikachu, and that's Pokemon characters existing in the real world, except the real world is they're sitting on a street next to a hot dog vendor, there's a similitude to that, but the idea of a kid being kind of alone on a more kind of open environment, without all the kind of accoutrements of modern society. There's something about that. It just makes it feel more exciting and kind of, epic. And so that definitely is what appealed to me when I saw it. And aside from the fact that it's just got beautiful artwork. Tell the folks a little bit about your background, because you are a professional. You work as a creator. You're a professional creator, not per se in comics, but you have a really interesting background. Tell people a little bit about your background.
So I graduated from the Art Institute of Portland in 2015. And after I got out of school, I've been working for various some game studios. I worked for a TV network, and I'm currently working as a lead 2D animator at a studio in Portland called Deep Sky. So I've been formally trained in being an animator, storyboard artist, character designer. I can do video editing, multiple programs I use to animate. And I've been doing it for about 4 years professionally. And I think that work is important, and it helps pay the bills, and I get to learn a lot of things. But I also started making comics on the side because there were stories I specifically wanted to tell, my writer wanted to tell, and then we worked together to create our own content so that one day, you know, that can be the main thing. So for now, you know, my whole life is art. Like I'm always, I'm in the office, like making animations in the day, making comics at night. That's kind of what my life is right now.
So, folks, Boys Land is again, it's, you know, just a really, we think you're gonna love it. It's fun. It's got some gorgeous artwork to it, and this is a tandem group of Devin and Jack working together. So it does have kind of the broad strokes of a really well put together fantasy.
Yeah.
So with that said, Jack, just real quickly, because I think we're running a tad out of time here, so we gotta go on to some other folks here. But just want to say, so they can follow you on Instagram where?
So my Instagram handle is Jack the Jackrabbit, and I believe my Twitter is also the same handle. So, but I mean, I'm really active on Instagram, so I'm totally fine with everybody joining up over there. I usually post often about artwork I do, sketches, comic panels. I try to stay as active as I can, and you know, I'm always grinding away making content. So, you know, what I hope to be like in Saturday AM as constantly as I'm allowed. So,
well,
very excited to be in it.
Well, folks, Jack and Devin are existing webcomic creators, so you actually could explore all of Boys Land to date. We'll be reserializing Boys Land with some reversioned or revisioned content pieces, starting with issue number 111. Now, this is a standard thing that we offer to creators who are established creators, and you can discover more of that at our website, www.saturday-am.com/submit. Devin and Jack entered in this way. We were so taken by their work with Boys Land, and we think you will be too. Please check it out in this upcoming issue of issue 111 and let us know what you think, and let Jack and Devin know what you think. You can reach Jack, of course, again on his Instagram channel. Jack, I want to thank you again, man. We're gonna move on to our next guest, but thank you so much, and we're looking forward to more Boys Land. We'll have you and Devin back on here again in the near future.
Great, thank you so much, Fred.
All right, take care, Jack.
You too, man. Take care, guys.
All right, so next up we have you guys know this man. We're gonna bring him in next. You know this man. He is they actually have a movie coming out. Did you know that, Raymond?
You breaking up? What you say?
Did you know that our next guest has a movie based on him coming out?
No, didn't know that.
If I told you our next guest is JEYODIN, what movie do you think will be based on this man?
You say Joker or something?
You be right, sir. Oh my God. I like the day of fear. It's like
Hey, he wouldn't even let it. He just came in. He's like, I got something to say.
Yeah, Leo was like, I'll bring him on now.
Oh man.
He overrode Leo's sister.
Leo, I'm sorry, Jay. All right, so Jay, you have several things going on. We've got kind of a tight window here. Tell everybody about your personal thing that just happened, about your book that's got here, and return with your hit series Hammer into Saturday AM.
So what's going on, guys? A lot of awesome things have been going on this entire summer. Me and my wife actually just bought a house, and we are currently unpacking it still. Everything is it's looking up. It's really awesome that we finally got this, and I'm really happy that we're finally back home. We're around our family and friends, and it's been really awesome. Not only that, but also I'm currently working on a book for Oni Press. I actually just finished up a large portion of it. I still have a little bit more that I got to finish, and that has actually been taking up most of my time. But now that I've gotten to a sort of stopping point, I'm also I'm trying to finish up a lot of other chapters for Hammer, which, if everything works out, Hammer, the next chapter should be coming out towards the end of this year or the beginning of next. I guess it just kind of depends on when Fred wants to put me in. But no, that's basically what's what with me right now. And yeah, it's been pretty cool. I can't wait to watch my own movie where I kill Batman. But no, it's gonna be pretty awesome. So I'm excited for it.
Well, to be fair, you don't kill Batman in the movie, I don't believe, but you are. Yeah, but you will have a very interesting you'll have a very interesting relationship to Batman, let's say. From what I understand, it's going to be in the movie. So so we're really excited that you and your wife were able to settle down closer to her family and also to get a house. And really proud of you for the work that you're doing with Oni Press. And we continue to be appreciative of the work that you do at Saturday AM. Jay, of course, is the creator of the hit series Hammer. Jay, if you can, tell people real quickly about Hammer and what the series is about.
So Hammer is about this little kid named Stud who has a magic ability to turn any part of his body into a hammer. He gets sucked into his father's journal one day, and now he's trying to look for a way out while battling all the dangers around him with that hammer power. I'm currently on the second arc right now. The first arc came, I think the issues between issue 82 was the debut in Saturday AM, and I think it ended around 87, if I'm not mistaken. That's the first arc. So if you guys want to go purchase those issues, you should totally do so because they're just 99 cents right now. But also, the second arc started in issue 88. I'm currently finally getting into the meat of this arc. The next chapter is going to be so epic, and I can't wait to show you all. It's just, this is my baby. So I'm very excited, and I can't wait until I get to share it with you all.
Well, you also have obviously another book that's in, and that book, of course, is the JEYODIN one-shots. That book is now available. People can get it, of course, and it's a fantastic collection of short stories that you've done throughout your entire career. Is that right?
Yes. Over the last 10 years, I've been working on short stories, just basically for myself or, a few small publications, one of which was USA Today.
Which is not a small publication, but please continue.
Well, like I said, it's a collection of 6 short stories. If you haven't bought it already, you totally should. It's 200 plus pages. It's just $9.99, and you can get it right now either on the Saturday AM website or on Amazon. Just type it in. It's Saturday AM presents JEYODIN one shots, and if you like Hammer in any way, shape, or form, then you guys will enjoy Saturday AM one shots for sure.
Well, that's really awesome. And so we're really looking forward to more Hammer. And folks, you can find out about this amazing series, one of our core series, alongside of Apple Black and Bully Eater and Saigami and Clock Striker and Master Multiplayer World of Ghosts and others. You can find out about Hammer at the website www.saturday-am.com/hammer. And trust me, you will really enjoy this full color, fully realized, amazing series from this extraordinary artist. Jay is one of those fun guys. You'll hear his voice and his laugh his unmistakable laugh often. So please make sure you continue to tune in to us and check our social media. You will see lots of Jay. So with that being said, Jay, thank you so much, man, for taking time out and coming in tonight. And we'll let people know, of course, when they see the next volume of Hammer. We'll be talking about it very early on. The next installment of Hammer, we'll be talking about that very early on, okay?
Nice. And thanks for having me, guys.
All right, take care, man. All right. So next up, we're going to be bringing on Jackie, the lovely Jackie, and also, if possible, I think we might try to do Peter as well. We able to squeeze in Jackie and Peter at the same time, or do we need to lose somebody, or how do we do that? Not sure what happened. You don't see Jackie. You don't see Peter. Peter's not there anymore.
Jackie's in the call.
Hey,
There's Peter.
Hey
All right,
guys, can you hear me?
Okay. All right. We can.
Awesome, awesome.
Okay, all right.
Hey.
All right, so I'm going to real quickly give the introduction for these guys, and then we'll let them talk a little bit. Leo, if you go ahead and start prepping the Lightbox Expo video, please. In the meantime, folks, we're really excited. We have Jackie and Peter. These are two staff members. Jackie's intern. Peter, of course, has been with us for quite some time. We are really excited to have our company growing and to have people of the caliber of these two. Jackie is, when we first met Jackie, she's someone who really loves art. She's very focused around art, and so we knew that Jackie would be a great addition. We had to figure out exactly where to focus her, and currently Jackie is working on what's called community manager. So she's essentially helping to manage the community that is growing around Saturday AM and Saturday PM, which also includes some PR work and also includes some research. Jackie's kind of a jack of all trades, but she's really lovely, and I think she loves art and artists. And so I think Jackie's one of those folks that will be a great addition for us as we continue to grow. And Peter is actually married to one of our artists, Andrea and owners in the company, Andrea DONEY. And Peter is an editor. He's been with us for quite some time now. So really excited to have both of them on the chat. Jackie, well, in fact, I want to start with Peter first. Peter, tell everybody kind of what you do, and then when you finish, then we'll go to Jackie. Jackie, tell people kind of what she does, and then we'll come back and we'll check out some of Jackie's work from this summer.
All right. Well, the main thing that I do is help people improve their title, their craft. A lot of the time, this will be grammar and spelling checks before we put out issues. There's a couple people I tend to work on one-on-one to go over their stories and help improve them. I'm currently proofreading like JEYODIN's Volume 1 of Hammer. I've worked on, I think, pretty well just about every single book we've put out. A couple exceptions, I know for sure, but most of them.
From some of the greatest books we've done, some of the worst. You've done it all.
Yeah.
Well, all right. So you've worked on those things. You of course are an editor, like you said, and now we've got some new folks working with you to give us greater depth in our editorial, right?
Yes, we just brought on quite a few new interns. So we've got a good number of editors now. They're all very exciting people, very capable people. So we're pairing them up with creators, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how we can improve Saturday AM going forwards.
Totally agree. And a big shout out to Archie and to Kevin, John, Tom, and Akira, and just most of the people, Denzel, Christopher, and so on, Stephen Alkay, folks who are representing both our editorial and our writers. All right, next up is the lovely Jackie. Is it Rinde? How do you say your last name?
Yeah, it's RINDE.
Awesome. Okay, well, Jackie, tell everybody what you do, and then Leo will prep your video. When you finish, he's going to show people what you did with the new video that we have for issue 111 of Saturday AM.
Awesome, awesome. So, yeah, I'm Jackie, and I started working with Saturday AM with their internship program in the beginning of March when we did our March Art Madness competition. I kind of helped out with that, and then after that, I started to work on Amino, which is a social media platform that we have a lot of kind of anime content, and we post a lot of things related to Saturday AM on there. It's a really cool community, and I just kind of help moderate the channel. I also do some networking. I network and reach out to companies and interview with other artists on the internet. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. This summer, I went to a convention called Lightbox Expo, and it's basically a first-time convention based solely on the artist and the celebration of art in general. So that was really fun to do. I got a lot of footage, and I did a video interview of some of the artists there. And I also got to connect with some of the big companies that were there, like Procreate, Wacom Tablets, Good Smile Company. So it was really fun, and I had a great time.
Hi, my name is Jackie from Saturday AM, and today we're here in beautiful Pasadena to cover Lightbox Expo 2019.
My name's Steven Silva. I'm a character designer. The work that people are most familiar with me from are like designing Clerks, the animated series, Kim Possible, and Danny Phantom. I got to just kind of know what the characters are, who they are, their personalities, so the more information I have about them, and then I can start doing any sort of research I need for age groups or costuming, and then I add to that. Yeah, it's not so much that I'm having trouble staying positive, it's just maybe I can go through those, like, sort of I'm not feeling the urge to maybe it's not coming out the right way, but yeah, absolutely, it happens to
Sure.
everyone.
My name is Andy Park. I'm the director of visual development at Marvel Studios. I art direct and I lead a team of artists that work on a lot of the movies. I lead the team along with the head of visual development, which is Ryan Meinerding. I mean, I've drawn all my life, so ever since I remember, even 5 years old, and I drew throughout like middle school, high school. That's when I fell in love with comic books. I dreamed of becoming a comic book artist, but I never knew if I'd become good enough. I went to San Diego Comic-Con with my portfolio of artwork, and I got hired by Rob Liefeld. That's where I started my comic book career. At age 19, I drew comic books for the next 10 years. In 2005, I made a transition to become a concept artist.
My name is Stanley. Most people know me as Ajum. I came from Singapore. I work mainly on comics, so I do a lot of comic covers for DC and Marvel. And I also teach, and I teach illustration. I guess I always loved to draw since young. I didn't have a chance to go to art school, so I learned everything by myself. So I went to a graphic design school. I decided to pursue my art, so I started to take on small projects, personal projects from individuals, and it gets bigger and people start to contact me, companies start to contact me, and that's how I end up here.
Okay. Hey, I'm Ross Tran, also known as Ross Draw on YouTube. I mainly do kind of concept art illustrations with a Japanese flair. I'm mostly known for Nima and it's a book I'm working on, and it comes out next year. So diversity, I love that term. You know, I feel like I'm a minority, right? I'm Asian, and having any diversity of like all these artists here, fantasy, sci-fi, illustration, and like other people I have never met before, and it's just a whole diverse kind of planet, and I love it. So.
So yeah, that was a video of Lightbox that we did together. The video team did a really great job editing. A lot of fun.
There's a little bit of a uh-oh.
Yeah, I can hear kind of like an echo.
All right. There we go. Okay. All right. Jackie, it's safe to talk again.
Should I repeat what I just said, or?
yeah, you can say it one more time, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that video that you guys just saw, that was Lightbox Expo. Just some of the video footage I took with the help of my husband, who was my cameraman, and everyone who edited the video, Leo, and some of our new video team. It was awesome to see them all work on this and bring the video together. So good job on that. It was awesome.
All right, so I want to basically say we've got about 15 more minutes left to go. We're gonna reveal and discuss a few things. One, we want to talk about a new contest we have coming up. We're going to talk about a series that is going to be starting with us this year. And then lastly, we'll address the Kickstarter. And so we should be able to get through all of that here in the next 15 minutes. It's been really a really amazing show thus far. I want to thank Leo for helping us really get this thing under control. Hiccups abound, but this has been really fantastic. So first of all, Jackie, Lightbox Expo was really cool. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I did. There were a lot of artists there, and they were drawing when they were just kind of waiting around in line. You also get the chance to like meet your favorite artists. So like if you're following someone on Instagram, you can go in and meet them in person. There were also kind of like panel events you could attend, and companies there. If you were looking for a job as an artist, there are companies there. You could show them your portfolio and make some connections. So it was really great. I heard that a lot of the artists that were there that were selling their stuff ended up selling more than a whole weekend's worth of going to a Comic-Con like Anime Expo. So the convention was it was a great success.
Yeah, I think again, that folks, you will be able to check that video out when you go to our when you get issue 111 of Saturday AM. That video will be there for you to see. So if you're a subscriber, please make sure you get the latest issue soon and you check it out when it arrives. Or if you're not a subscriber, then subscribe. But you'll see the event. There's just so much great stuff that went down. We've got some more video content from the event that we'll share. But I think the key thing that the Jackie just said is that as comics and anime, manga, and geek culture continues to become really big, one reason I started this company was to make sure that groups who are typically disenfranchised, that we do not get removed from that conversation, that we're a part of that growth. And one of the ways you make sure of that is you make sure to not let one thing overshadow the other. That's what it's all about, is making and allowing opportunities for people who typically are overshadowed or disregarded to get their moment. Because that's what real competition is, right? Real competition is not, I'm giving this person an opportunity through affirmative action. That's not real. That's the right wing talking point. What real diversity is capitalism. Because the idea is that if you truly deserve to be in the top position, it's because you earned it on a level playing field, not when you're above someone else, or not when people are being suppressed and their voice is not being given the same credit as your voice, whether it's a man or you're a woman or what have you, gay or straight, if you're from one country or another, if you're black or white. We believe in leveling the playing field. So with that being said, Lightbox Expo was really fun, and we hope next year to attend the event so that you guys can actually see and experience an event that caters to the artists and not just the movies that artist may have been connected to. And so I'm really proud of Jackie for this. You can learn more at their web address, and you'll learn even more, of course, on our website. In the latest issues. So that being said, let's now get ready to talk about a new contest we have coming up called Titan King. Now, you guys may know Titan King, of course, from Saturday AM. It's one of our hit series from Honduran American creator Tony Dawkins. Titan King is kind of like a kid manga. It's about a young man who gets transported to a fantasy alien world where these giant creatures exist called Titans, and you can control the Titan in battle against other Titans and other people. Some people are human, some people look like aliens. It's a great, fun series. If you love good, kid-oriented, monster-style action, then you will really like Titan King by Tony Dawkins. And with this first volume, Tony Dawkins' first work ever to be printed, we're really honored to be releasing this work. So we're going to do something very, very special. You can create an original Titan, and we will take that Titan, and if Tony likes it, and our team likes it, then you will get published inside of Titan King Volume 1 alongside of Tony Dawkins. Think about that. You will get to take this copy of the graphic novel and share it with your friends and family and turn to the page where you see your artwork on display, printed in glorious black and white, in our brand new collection for one of our series called Titan King. You'll have a chance to check that out, and you'll be able to do so with Volume 1. You can learn more about this new Titan King contest in issue 111 of Saturday AM, which will come out within the next 24 hours. Next up, I want to talk about new series that are coming to Saturday AM. We have Atlas article by Ricardo Duran from Mexico. This is a fantastic work. This was super popular when we launched our Summer of Manga edition for 2019. Summer of Manga, of course, is where we bring lots of new creators to the mix. They get to get published in some cases for the first time, and you all judge their work and tell us if you want to see more. Ricardo was the first creator for this year's Summer of Manga, and he was the only creator to be featured on the cover, which is the cover for issue 105. We are incredibly proud of Ricardo Duran. His artwork is sublime, and his concept is original in the best way. It feels familiar and fun. It's about imagination instead of violence. This is a great series. We're pleased to announce that Atlas Sparkle will become a regular Saturday AM series beginning in issue 113. So just 2 months from now. So we hope you guys will look forward to Atlas Sparkle. We certainly look forward to it. And yes, there will be some announcements about brand new series and creators joining Saturday AM and Saturday PM all for the next 3 weeks. We will do an episode a week of Roundtable, and we will reveal one new creator with a significant reveal at the very end of our very final new episode that we'll do back to back to back, which will be another 3 weeks. So please continue to watch Roundtable, and we will be giving you some fantastic information about up-and-coming new creators and new series to Saturday AM, Saturday PM, and maybe something else in the near future. Lastly, I want to talk about the Kickstarter. Last year at this time, we were conducting a Kickstarter. This was our first real attempt at crowdfunding our printing and publishing efforts. The plan was to introduce a new line of graphic novels featuring some of our hit series like Apple Black in a new format. This new format would be closer to the traditional manga setup that you see in Japan or you see from big publishers like this. And so because of that, we were really excited, really proud to be in that position, to have that content. So with the Kickstarter, it was very successful. We were not quite yet able to get the books out as intended. I want to talk a little bit about why that was. So the Kickstarter was unique because we were making these videos, or making these books, I'm sorry, from China. The reason we chose to do that, of course, is that if you look at the average Kickstarter, of course, one of the problems is that they would raise $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 for just one book. And we really wanted to publish several books. So in deciding to publish all 3 books at once, we inherently made it more attractive to our followers, but we also suffered because we unfortunately were unable to get these books printed the way that we wanted to in a cost-effective manner. So I think at this point, we want you guys to know, I know my connection is a little spotty, so you have to just forgive me because I'm in the middle of this whole thing. But we want you guys to know is that we are developing the books. They will come out for early 2020. We are working on some new elements to reward those backers who have been loyal to us for this. The books will be quality. It will be worth the wait. And we will continue to incentivize all of those folks who supported us with continued subscriptions. I'll be making an update on the Kickstarter officially within the next week. And you can expect more information to be made clear to you as to when these books will be available for Kickstarter backers and for those folks who want to buy these books as intended in their local comic book and or graphic novel store. So we are working to get these books to you. It will be worth the wait. Whyt Manga is still finalizing efforts, for example, on his revamping of Apple Black Volume 1. But as these books come together, we will share with you the information, and as it currently stands, these books will come out within the first half of 2020. Expect an update from us with more details to our Kickstarter backer soon. And yes, we will continue to release issues of Saturday AM and Saturday PM, and we will continue to release new graphic novels in our existing format, like Tyking. So with that said, again, I know my case is a little spotty, so our first episode, we're going to find out if it's my Chromebook or if it's my connection, which I'm not hardwired into, but it is Google Fiber, so there's that. I never really haven't quite had these problems before we do chats, but this is a new software we're using. Let me go to Raymond. Let me go to Whyt, and we ask them any final comments they want to make as we wrap up this first new roundtable for the last half of 2019. Do you have any comments you want to make?
Yeah, this was really cool. I'm glad everybody, I don't know how many people are watching right now, but we appreciate everybody who stopped by to check us out. And this is really cool. Can't wait to do more of these.
Yeah, we didn't even get a chat about X-Men. I was going to be next on my list, but we're running out of time. Whyt, any last words you want to say?
No, I think you hit everything. Again, I'd just like to, just like Ray, thank everybody for joining in, and hopefully, I'm sure of it, with time, all the roundtables will get better and better and better, and with less technical issues as the company grows, as we figure out all the things we need to figure out with regards to the book. Again, still finalizing things like you just said. And I think it'll be well worth the wait initially, so this could be one of the things to mention. I mean, initially when we were talking about remastering Volume 1, I've kind of gone wild with it. Not too wild. Nothing I can't accomplish. But I think with the new content I'm making for it, I think it really enhances the overall experience of Volume 1 with a lot of new pages and just a better crafted first impression of Apple Black as well, for maybe people who've never even read any of it. So stay tuned for that. It'll be well worth the wait, and I'm sure all the alterations to Hammer and Saigami as well will be worth the wait.
Excellent. And then I want to give a final shout to all of our amazing staff. Jackie, JEYODIN, of course, is one of our creators. Jack, who's one of our new creators with Boys Land. JR DeBard, who's one of our core creators of Saturday PM. And, of course, Peter Doney and whoever. Oh, and of course, the one and only Leo. Leo is amazing. He put so many great videos together, many of which you guys did not get to see tonight, but you will. On the next roundtable we do, we will definitely perfect this. But so much of what you saw tonight that did look good was courtesy of Leo. So want to definitely give a special shout to Leo. We hope to build out a video team, and we hope Leo will be the cornerstone of that. Really appreciate Leo's hard work and his just amazingly sweet demeanor. He, again, fits the culture of Saturday AM, and we could not be more proud to work with someone of that caliber. Folks, thank you guys so much. Again, we're trying to make diverse manga happen. We're trying to make that a reality, and you guys can support us by subscribing. We will have 2 brand new issues, one of Saturday AM, one of Saturday PM, out within the next 24 hours. Please give us a chance to check it out. It is just $2.99 a month. And we're also working to improve connection to a beta section of our website where you can actually get access to the past year's worth of content to date, starting with issue 101 on this brand new section of the website, which you can only get to if you actually support us as a premium subscriber, just $2.99 a month. We know that you can subscribe to lots of content, and we know there's so many things to subscribe to, but we trust that if you care about diverse manga content and you want to see amazing, extraordinary creators from countries like Nigeria and Greece and Hungary and Mexico and Saudi Arabia, that you will continue to support the leaders and the originators of the diverse manga movement. Saturday AM, Saturday PM, and keep watching, because we'll reveal a third magazine that we'll be doing in the next couple of episodes of this brand new roundtable. With that, I want to thank everybody so much. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.